Hello, my darling Scorpio. How are you doing, beautiful? I'm here to give you your weekly tarot reading for February 2025 here. I have your first initial energy laid out here. I like to know what it is that I'm working with, who it is I'm connecting to, Scorpio, when I start my video. So I'll just start breaking this down here, all right? Your overall energy is going to be this Four of Cups. And so from a social standpoint here for you, Scorpio, it feels to me as if you are starting to wake up, and not even waking up, it's as if you are realizing, because of the Four of Wands and Ten of Cups, there's certain people that you've held closely in your life, or you would like for them to be closer in your life there. Maybe they should be just closer on paper. It's like, all right, this person's like, they're supposed to be like my friend, they're supposed to be my family, so they should be supportive, right? They should be able to help you out in your time of need. They should be able to be adding some type of value in your life, right? Not even necessarily from a monetary way, but they are somebody that is able to help you just as much as you help other people. And I think because of this Four of Cups, you're starting to realize that's not the case with certain people anymore. You're starting to realize that you are giving more than you are receiving. And while, relationships in your life are never always going to be 50-50, 99% of the time it's not, but it would still be nice, it feels from your perspective, to feel as if you have a support system, to feel as if you actually have people on your team here. Especially with the Four of Wands, it's almost as if it's like, you don't want to to me, it's like you want these people to actually appreciate you for what the significance of the relationship is. It's like, all right, this person, you're supposed to be, my person. Why are you not showing up in the way that I need you to show up, right? And so I don't even think it's like a sense of anger. To me, it's a sense of more so like confusion, where it's just like, wait, is this not really someone that's actually meant to be part of my circles, right? From a more introspective way for you, Scorpio, I see this as a time in your life of where you're getting back on track. To me, you might have been through a little bit of a period of time in your life with this Four of Cups, where life has just been pretty chaotic for you. It's been hard for you to really chase after the things that really actually fulfill you. Feels like perhaps you might have been in survival mode, but there is still that positive message with the Four of Wands, Scorpio, letting you know that you're still on track, right? The Four of Wands only shows up in your life, my darling, when you are on the right path for your soul's overall journey. And just because it's a lot, this is, something because... Can I speak? I'm like mixing up my words. Just because something is aligned with your soul's journey doesn't necessarily mean it's always going to be comfortable, right? Sometimes you are going to have those chapters in your story where, life is chaotic, where everything has to be put on pause while you have to prioritize keeping your head above water, doing damage control in some ways there. Sometimes we have to take some detours on our roadmap, right? The overall goal is to reach a certain destination, but sometimes you have to stop and smell the flowers. Sometimes you have to take a detour into a town to get gas, and then while you're in that random town, you have a whole different side quest that you end up having to do, right? All that is still part of the process, right? So for my more hypercritical Scorpios there, give yourself some grace, right, my love? I feel like February is going to be a really solid time for you to start seeing, like, if there's going to be any time in your life, Scorpio, this year, for you to make investments in yourself. And I'm not talking just about like financial, stock, whatever. It's a sense of just like your time, effort, like just your general resources, whatever that looks like there for you. I feel as if because of the Six of Pentacles, you would get your efforts get matched quite beautifully, right? So to me, it's like February, you start getting on track with like certain routines that you've wanted to do for your life. To me, it's like not even a sense of like you getting your life back in order per se, but I feel as if you're becoming a lot more productive in February. I feel like a lot of unexpected plot twists are going to be happening for you, Scorpio, in February. That moon energy really does signify to us that you really do not know just the slightest hint of, the theme of what February is going to be for you. And then we have the King of Wands. And so some of what's going to be popping up in February for you is a call to action. I feel like you're going to be getting a decent amount of attention. People are going to be looking towards you, Scorpio, and paying attention to what it is that you are doing. I do sense some type of more responsibility being added into your life as well, Scorpio. So I won't be surprised if some of you are going to be getting some type of promotion because you decided to really start grinding it out in the work environment. Maybe just more success starts finding you, and with that success means just more work and more responsibility. Overall, I feel as if it's something that is extremely fulfilling for you. It's something that you have been aiming for overall with that Eight of Cups. To me, you have been in this storyline of where you've had to, in some aspects of your life, had to like accept lesser than what you're deserving of, probably, especially when it comes to like people's behaviors. Like you've had to like bite your tongue with certain people. You've had to make personal sacrifices overall to chase after the vision, to chase after the goals that you've set for yourself in your life, right? That Eight of Cups to me is that sense of like no one's really going to know, Scorpio, all the sacrifices you had to make because you didn't want to settle for something less. You wanted to have 10 filled cups in your life. You would rather be alone than to be in a relationship that does not make you feel complete, that does not support you in the way that you need to be supported, right? And so I feel like February for you is going to be a time where you're starting to, like, the events that happen, it's like it reminds you of why you chose the path that you did. It's like, all right, this is what I sacrificed for. This is what I was hoping for at some point in time. Like, I would say for you, Scorpio, obviously we still got 10 more months after February to go through, but I won't be surprised if this is going to be a month that is very pivotal or a big pillar for you during this year. Continuing on the storyline, we have the Wheel of Fortune coming in here. And that Wheel of Fortune, I always like to explain the Wheel of Fortune, Scorpio, as it requires some type of outside action to get the wheel turning, right? It requires something beyond the Wheel of Fortune's control to, think about the Wheel of Fortune when they have to twist it or pull it, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say, right? And so to me, it's like you are going into February already committed to some type of routine, committed to some type of change in your life here. I feel as if like there's a lot of clarity that's going to be showing up for you in terms of like where you should be putting your efforts. I think, again, to me, it's like you're starting to wake up, Scorpio, to no longer give the benefit of the doubt to things that just do not deserve the benefit of the doubt to anymore. I think some people would consider you as becoming more cynical in your life, Scorpio, but I don't see you as becoming more cynical in your life. I feel as if you are just no longer being afraid of calling out the BS with people anymore. Even if you can look at somebody and be like, all right, this person is like my family, this person is whatever, they may have good intentions, but you're not really afraid of hurting feelings anymore, Scorpio. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, because I think when you've had to bite your tongue, it's done nothing but cause complications in your life. Yeah, that Five of Wands. Oh, Scorpio. It's been so long since we've connected, my love, and your energy is just as chaotic as the last time I did a reading for you, Scorpio. But I don't think it's a bad thing whatsoever, because at the end of the day, the heart of your spread is this King of Wands. At the end of the day, you still end up on top and winning in some capacity here. I feel like February is going to be a time for you of where it's like putting all the training to the test here. To me, when I look at this strength and the Wheel of Fortune energy here for you, Scorpio, to me, this is like what you have been training for. The complications, the trials, the tribulations that you've been dealing with in your life for the past, I'm being shown like 3 or 4 years, perhaps, Scorpio. It's like now you're finally starting to put it into action. You've had a long period of time in your life, perhaps, where you had to just prioritize licking your wounds, go through your own dark night of the soul. That's really what I feel like you would describe your Eight of Cups moment as, is that you had a dark night of the soul, Scorpio, where you don't regret the choices that you've made in your life, but you've realized that because you are having like certain morals of yours that you have, or certain ethics or self-respect that you have for yourself, because you chose to maintain that, it's like you had to like look at your life and be like, wow, like because I only allow people that respect me in my life, there's not really a lot of people that are talking to me right now. There's not a lot of people that I can surround myself with. And I think for a little bit of time you might have internalized it, but at the end of the day, I think what you've really had to remind yourself of, and I think that has really carried you, Scorpio, is just that you made the choices that you made because they just were not willing to provide in the way that you needed them to provide. And for a while, it may have even tripped you up because you were looking at these people as that Four of Wands, where it's like, all right, these are like my people, they should be supportive, right? I think you internalized a lot, and now you're just at this place now being a lot more confident, sure of yourself, Scorpio, as that King of Wands. And you're just like, all right, if they don't want to meet me halfway, then, wrap it up. Story's done, right? Cut to the credits, right? You're not afraid of cutting people off, because I think, to me, 2025 for you, Scorpio, you are really putting to action or showing to the world like just how much you're willing to sacrifice in the name of putting yourself first. And I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I think February is going to be a time of where you're going to actually see starting to get a taste of what it looks like when you chose to just fully prioritize yourself, and you chose to remove some of those leeches that were in your life, whether those leeches were people, Scorpio, or whether those leeches were even like some of your own bad habits, right? For some of you Scorpios, you might have to hold yourself accountable and think about, what have you been doing that's been counterproductive towards getting that Wheel of Fortune to turning into your favor, right? Some of your struggles may have been from a place of having to overcome mental issues going on for you, physical issues going on for you. Maybe for a long time you had to just really prioritize surviving in this world. And when you're surviving in this world, you get certain coping mechanisms, and those coping mechanisms may have served you for a point in time, right? But now it's starting to do a disservice to you, and I feel like you're ready to let it go, because you can't have those coping mechanisms serve you into this next stage of your life in February, because again, you are that King of Wands, Scorpio. So this is the tarot reading that I have for you, my love, Scorpio. Hopefully something in here resonated with you. I am officially back. I was late uploading with this one, Scorpio, but I promise you next week I will be uploading your sign on Thursday again. All right, so if you want to connect to me here or on any other platform, just search up SimplyVelca, same as here, my love, and you'll probably find me. If you want to book a one-on-one tarot reading with me where we get on a Zoom call, or if I just record a reading for you just like this and I send you the link, all the information to that is on my website, linked down below, SimplyVelca.com. But I love you so much, my lovely Scorpio, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.